And joining us now with reaction to our opening monologue, two women who did accuse President Bill Clinton of sexual misconduct and being a predator, Paula Jones, Juanita. Good to see you both. It's great to have you. Now, you have a new book that has come out. I actually have a copy of it here because you forgot to bring me. I have an autographed copy at home.
Oh, here, I've got
it.
You
do got it. Okay. And this is it. You better put some ice on that. How I Survived Being Raped by Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Now, what's amazing about this is, have you ever been interviewed on 60 Minutes?
Oh, no, never. Yeah. Our CNN, our MSNBC.
Yeah, well, there it is. Yeah. Look, you've never been interviewed by CNN.
No.
MSNBC.
Never.
60 Minutes.
Never.
And it was hard to get it on NBC with Lisa Myers, who I know wanted to air her interview with you.
Yes.
And I have said this to you. In all my years, I'm now 23 years at Fox, 30 years in radio, your interview, and you actually write about some of this in the book, was the hardest interview I've ever done.
Oh, that's right. You know, and you were the second interview that I had done and the last. Of course, there was Dorothy Rabinowitz in between. But when you came to my home with all of your people and sat down, I never thought about this being as emotional to you as it was to me. But we sat down, and as I began to tell you the horrific events.
This is a brutal rape.
Yes. When I began to tell you about that, I turned and looked at you at one time, and he had tears in his eyes. And it just overwhelmed me. You've always been so good to us, and I appreciate it.
You know, one thing that Lisa Myers said to you when she said, we can't air the interview right now, she said, well, I have two good news and bad news. You're credible.
Yeah.
You're too credible.
Right.
And this whole title, you better put some ice on that, is from the story. He raped you, and when he was done, he told you because he had bit your lip.
Yes. He bit my lip to keep me quiet. By the time he was leaving the room, calmly puts on his sunglasses and motions to my lip and says, you better put some ice on that, and coldly walks out the door.
You had the experience, and you won your lawsuit.
I did. Absolutely.
You got a judgment in your favor. They settled.
If you ask the liberals, though, no, absolutely not.
Okay, you won a lot of money too.
I did.
Okay, but he exposed himself. He I guess noticed you, invited you to the hotel room, and he dropped his pants.
Exactly.
Here's my question: you watched the interview with Stormy, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and you see the breathless hysteria of the coverage.
This is insane.
When you compare Juanita's story, your story, Kathleen Willey, who's not here tonight.
There's no comparison. He did. You know what, Mr. Trump. If he did that, you know what? It wasn't a crime. He did not do something that was a crime. There's a difference there. She admitted that he didn't do anything to her that hurt her or whatever. You know, she was a willing participant. And it's so different, but we did not get the same kind of coverage that she's getting.
Not
and
even
it is
close.
Outrageous, absolutely. We were made fun of. We were talked about. We were on late night talk shows, making fun of us.
Constantly.
It was horrible.
Yes, it
absolutely.
was constant.
We were never, remember James Carville, drag a $100 bill through a trailer park?
A dollar bill through a trailer park.
Yes, absolutely. I've never lived in a trailer park, but that's the way they treated us. And this was a serious thing. And, that even through Hillary's election, she never, ever was asked anything about us women. Never.
Do you remember
care.
when she said, oh, women have a right to be heard?
Yes.
And to believe.
Absolutely.
And having interviewed both of you and Kathleen in the past,
right.
I remember saying, does that mean we believe Juanita now? Does that mean we believe
no,
Paula?
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. After I tweeted what I did on January the 6th, she calmly removed you should be believed from her website.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You tweeted last night at Anderson Cooper in 60 Minutes.
I did.
And you tweeted, oh, would you like to interview me about my book?
Yeah. Yeah.
You heard from Anderson yet? You haven't been on with Anderson?
But I'm not a porn star. I was a hardworking nurse and businesswoman.
You were a nurse.
I was, and I was a hardworking person, but I wasn't a porn star, so I guess that's why they weren't interested in me.
I think it was because of politics. And the idea is, I've always talked about this president having 5 big groups against him. You got the deep state. We talk about that a lot. You got the liberal media. You got Democrats, Republicans, and never Trumpers. It seems like if you're a Democrat, Me Too doesn't matter. It seems if you're a Democrat, women's rights don't matter. And you two are
Only if
living
you're part
examples
them.
of it.
Exactly.
I know. It's just like when they contacted me to do an interview for the Me Too, long before we knew they were going to be Person of the Year. I told them I did not feel a part of that because no one had ever included me in it. This was
And they still
Charlotte
have it.
Alter from Time
You were
magazine.
Me Too long before the Me Too
Right.
You're the one
movement.
who
And you
started
were
it.
brutalized for it.
I know. And then they asked me to submit a comment to them, which I said, okay, I will, in support of the Me Too. And then all of a sudden they come out as being Person of the Year, and I looked for my comment, and it wasn't there.
Wow.
Yeah. Me Too, before. What do you say to all of those people that act so sanctimonious and they're feigning such outrage over two alleged consensual relationships?
Exactly. Well, it's because they're trying to get Donald Trump out of office, and they're going to do everything they can. That is my opinion, that they're going to do everything they can to try and impeach him, or try to drag up stuff about him.
Is this
that
what
he
it's
didn't
now
do
about,
anything.
though? Is it about now we want every detail of every consensual relationship going back a dozen years of any politician?
Only if it's a Republican.
Not a Democrat.
No, absolutely. Yeah. No, it's not about that.
Was it hard seeing all this, and then does it bring up memories for both of you of what you all went through?
Yeah, it never goes away. I tweeted that one time, back in 2016. It's something. It's like Leslie Milwee said today. When you've been victimized as horrifically as I was, it's in your DNA. You do not forget it.
All right. I want to thank you. Good to see you both. By the way, Paula started a coffee company that swears I'm going to lose weight, so she gave me some coffee.
Absolutely.
Thank you. This book, by the way, you can get it on Amazon.com, Hannity.com, and I guess in bookstores or Amazon.com?
Noble, what is it? Barnes and Noble.
And can I tell them my website to go to?
Yeah, sure.
It's paulasweightlosscoffee.com.
Okay.
And you can contact me on Facebook, Paula Jones.
All right. Thank you both. Good to see you both.
Thank you, Sean.
Thanks.